Hello, how are you doing? Yeah, by God's grace, please come over here. Yeah, no, please come. No, please come. You are the most important person. No, don't worry. What's your name? Yusuf.
Friendly with everyone.
Friendly. That's good. That's really good. I'm Arul.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, nice to meet you.
Good to see you. So right now we're trying to find out. So my challenge is this: Islam, as far as I see, is a later day fabrication. The Islam that you follow. You're a Sunni Muslim?
Sunni Muslim.
Yeah. The Islam that you follow is a later day fabrication. Essentially, I'm going to make two assertions right now. You can challenge me, okay?
I'll try my best.
Yeah, you try your best. So, in regard to any portion of the historicity of Islam, there are two assertions I'd like to make.
What did you say the first word did you say? The first?
Islam is a later day fabrication.
Adam, peace be upon him.
كلام عربي.
No. Islam started from Adam, peace be upon him. Adam was Muslim, then you see all those coming to...
How is Adam a Muslim?
He was Muslim.
How?
The Quran said.
Quran can say anything if it wants to
Yes,
say. I'm asking you.
He was a Muslim. We believe Quran, what he say he's a Muslim.
I'm asking you,
So
sir.
this was Muslim, all Prophet 25
I'm asking you, sir.
Listen, you just... I'm not finished. You asking me?
Okay, go on, finish, and then I'll ask you, sir.
25, Messenger of God is Muslim. Quran say we believe Quran, that's all.
Sure.
Okay.
Good. Are you done now? Now, you've told me your belief statement. You believe in the
Right.
Quran, Adam is a Muslim and whoever else is Muslim. Give me evidence. On what basis?
Quran is a big evidence for me.
So you see the logic there?
Yeah,
Quran
the logic.
says,
You
and that
finish.
is the source of
Yeah,
information, and that
Quran-
is the evidence of
Quran,
information.
Yeah, Quran is the
So can I
evidence.
tell you, sir?
What evidence you have?
Can I tell you
What
something, sir?
evidence you have in
Can
your
I
belief?
tell you something,
I
sir?
said-
Can I tell you something,
no,
sir?
you give my question.
Can I tell you something, sir?
You
In
say-
India, there is a book called Ramayana.
Yeah.
It claims Rama is
There
God.
is-
Are you willing to say just because a book claims something, it is true?
And
Are you
this
willing
your
to say
book is
this?
God is only one.
No.
No,
Don't getting into
No, no,
get
no.
into counting
No,
issue
no.
right now.
In your
You
book-
earlier
in
said
your
this
book,
gentleman
there-
said
Yes, sir.
a book claims something,
Yes, sir.
and that is the evidence.
Don't
And
listen.
I'm asking
You
you,
don't listen. Mean why
another
looking
book
to
called
him?
Ramayana.
Why do you look in him? You should talk to
Because
me.
you're not understanding a
Yeah.
simple point that I'm trying to make.
There's no understanding. His point is true.
Yeah.
Quran came from 100 years to until now, didn't change one word.
Is that
but
the case?
you guys change every year New Testament.
Right.
How you can believe that is true? Where is the original?
Please help me out. Please help me out.
Let
So
me
you
finish.
believe?
Let me finish.
Okay, finish.
I will talk to you. No
Yeah,
problem.
sure. Go on.
He want to say our book from 100 years ago to until now, they didn't change any word. Go to any country all over the world, wherever you find the Quran is the same. Translation is the same, and that is the truth. Other books, any country you can go, they have New Testament every
Right.
year, new
Yeah.
book changed, written by the people who born now.
Right.
No one live more than
This is nice.
150
This is
year
really
ago.
nice. This is really nice.
More than
You're making.
150 years
No, one
ago.
second. One second. You need,
Where
this,
they get this new
You're not listening, are you?
information? No, I will listen you.
When?
Let me finish. No,
When
Have
he's
to
not
5
finished.
minutes.
I will listen and
He's
go.
not finished.
You
Don't worry.
mention
You
about the
don't
Quran.
give time.
I
Focus
respect
on the
you more
Quran.
than myself.
Focus on the Quran right now.
That's what I'm trying to say.
No,
Yeah,
you're
hold
now
on, when he
I'm on the
Finish.
Quran still.
focus on
Okay.
the Quran. So
Okay.
you are saying
When
Quran.
he's finished.
No, let's.
not
Don't
finished.
worry, don't worry.
Okay, okay.
So
I
you
will
are saying Quran, right from the point of origin of the Quran till today,
Right.
has not changed.
No,
is what
no
you're saying.
one word, even one
yeah,
dot.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying.
Yes,
Now,
no saying, 100% I'm saying.
You can prove
and I
it.
prove that.
good. So you
Pick
need to now
any
let me.
country,
You
any
need to.
Quran.
You need to now let me speak. Good. So now I'd like to understand if you know the origin of the Quran. So do you believe that the early Muslims memorized the Quran? Do you believe in that?
Yes,
All of them memorize the Quran. Many of them memorize the Quran.
Right.
many.
Good. How many roughly?
400.
400
Wasn't
memorize the
that
Quran.
right? You can say
Muhammad, peace be
Sahaba
upon him.
Ikram, who was listening Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when that come from Allah, he tell them to write, read, and save every single word.
Angel Jibril alayhi salam stayed by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam until he recognized it 100%.
Sure.
Yes.
And if he
Good.
recognized
Then
it
this is the
100
important.
And then every Ramadan he checked the Quran.
Good.
Of a Prophet.
Thank you. So according to you, 400 people had memorized the Quran.
Now more, millions.
I'm not asking about now. I'm asking about at that time. Now,
Yes.
I'd like to know now evidence.
Yes.
Let me know based on what evidence you are going to suggest to me that 400 people had memorized the Quran. What's the evidence?
Very good question. Listen, no answer. Don't talk when I give you the answer. I want you to ask this question. When angel came, Quran was nazul to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. God forbid if Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam at the moment he was sitting in Makkah or Medina, wahi come. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Muslim was listening. He tell them every single word and they memorize and they save every single word. And later on what the brother said, every Ramadan and every pray they recite that Quran. Quran didn't nazul in a one day. It came step by step and saved every word.
Sorry,
From
no,
that
I
time-
haven't got much time. No, I'm you need to, no, wait, no. You know, wait. Did you even listen to my question?
Yes.
I use the term evidence.
Yes.
I'm not asking you to repeat assertions.
Yeah, evidence.
Evidence. What is the evidence?
I give you evidence.
Like what?
Pick the Quran from all over the world, 144 countries, you will find the same
That is-
Quran. No one word change.
I'm sorry, brother.
Oh, no. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry.
If I
If
pick
you
your
can't hear
box,
properly,
you want the
you should be
evidence.
sorry about yourself. No, wait.
It is the
No.
same like the evidence
Excuse me.
since
Excuse me.
200 years
Excuse
ago.
me, sir. Excuse me. You seem to have a simple comprehension problem. Listen to my question again.
Repeat
The
again. I
question.
listen that you don't understand the answer.
Well,
Okay,
your
ask
answer
again.
clearly has no relevance to the question I
It
asked.
is relevant.
Listen to me again. Let's see if your answer had a relevance to what I asked. I asked you how many had memorized the Quran. I didn't ask you if there are millions of Qurans today. I didn't ask you what the state of the Quran today is and so on. And that wasn't my question. Today is not in my mind at all right now. My concern is back then, during Muhammad's time, you suggested there were 400 people who had memorized the Quran. You suggested
Who
that.
said? I didn't say 400 words.
Okay,
I
what,
didn't
did you not
use-
say that?
I said
I
how
said that.
many
Okay, you
people
said
were
400.
sitting
Okay,
there
how many?
around him,
That's
Sahaba
fine.
Ikram.
Okay,
All remember.
fine. Okay, you said okay, anyway, that's fine. Some people had memorized the Quran. My question to you is simple. Do you know of any evidence to back that belief statement?
Yes.
Yes.
What is the evidence? Don't tell me about Quranic manuscripts today. Don't talk about manuscripts today.
Evidence.
Don't tell me about fancy stories again. Give me the names of evidence.
That's evidence I'm given to you.
Repeating
From
the same
Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was alive. That time to until no
Do you
one
study
word
here?
change.
You study
Your
here.
books have New
You
Testament,
understand the
new
word
everything.
evidence? What he is talking about, does that sound like evidence to you?
We have
Clearly, listen to you. Now, excuse me, sir. I don't know what you do for a living, sir. I don't know how. So, my simple point is, you simply do not even know what I am talking about. This is a shame.
I
Because
understand.
don't
you is a shame.
No.
For me, it's a proud. Because I'm
Well,
Muslim
if
and
you
I
this
follow
is
the
the
Quran.
problem.
If he,
No, wait a
Not
second.
say what
The
was-
problem we are
Doesn't
dealing
matter.
with. No,
You
wait.
should
Please
say-
don't
no,
touch
no.
me. Please, no. No, please.
You should
The
say
problem.
this is
The problem.
Uncle,
No, not in a
He's
demeaning
not fighting
manner.
with
It's an
her.
English
He's asking
English
question, let
expression.
him ask.
I know
You
in
answer.
different cultures it's
Whatever you
used in different way. It's not shameful. I didn't mean shameful. I just mean.
you
should
said
apologize.
shameful.
You should say apologize for
you
saying
said
this.
shameful.
Sorry, sir. I think you
But-
didn't understand.
We
I think you didn't understand
No,
the
I
context of.
understand.
That's fine.
Thank you.
Now, my simple point is this: evidence needs to inform beliefs. When evidence doesn't inform belief, what you have is a blind belief. If many people go by blind beliefs that they have, the world would be a horrible place to live in. Because one guy, you see, one guy would say Allahu Akbar from somewhere, another guy would say Ram is God from another place, and another place there is no God, and all sorts of slogans would come out. And people will hate each other. Now, we don't want that.
I don't hate anyone.
I'm not saying you
Islam
hate.
don't say hate
Excuse me, sir.
anyone.
I'm not saying you hate. I'm just saying we may end up, different people may hate each other. Now, that is where what we care about is not blind belief. You as a human being, him as a human being, me as a human being and all human beings, we share our shared existence. Reality we share. So we agree, for example, if you ask me, I could say the gentleman here who's talking to me has a jacket on him. He has a scarf on him, which is maybe two colored one and whatever else. We can agree on certain things which we share on, experience, shared experience. Shared experience will help us come to informed conclusions. And that is where I'd like to go to. I am a Christian. I am a Christian. If I stand here and say, oh, you are a Muslim, therefore you must be stupid or whatever, it won't work. You see, and that is where I'd like to talk about evidence.
The evidence.
And one. And the evidence I'm going to ask you again is, I know the how many ever Muslims across the world there are, most of them, if not all, believe in the claim that, the Islamic claim that many people had memorized the Quran during the time of Muhammad. This is a belief statement. I know it because I wait.
No, you're
But
talking-
because I've researched this. Now I'd like to know.
That's an actual fact.
That is a good. That's good. That's good.
not a belief.
It's a fact according to him. You know when belief. You know when claims. You know when claims.
Here's his cameras, yeah? This guy is a liar.
You know when claims.
You're going to know.
If you're unhappy, sir, you can move
I
on.
recommend to you.
Christian?
You
just
can
walk
Brother,
away
you're
from it.
Christian?
If you are unhappy, sir, you can.
This is
If
a
you need to
liar.
take a pee break,
This is a
this way,
liar.
please.
Yeah? This is a
Now,
liar.
I'm asking you. No.
You Christian?
One second.
Absolute
Christian?
One second. That young gentleman.
Let me. You
Please don't
Christian?
touch me.
No, I'm not.
Please
You
don't-
Christian?
There he goes.
You
There he
Christian?
goes.
Please.
One second. You
When he
Christian?
gets
No,
challenged,
bro, sorry.
once he gets
James,
challenged,
yes,
he
sir.
can't handle
James,
it. Yeah, he can't
Yes,
handle
sir. You answer me. You Christian?
it. You can't
Yes, I am.
handle it.
Oh, one second. He said yes.
Claims.
You said
One second. One second.
Yes, sir. No. You
No.
Christian? Ask him.
Claims
No.
become facts
Yes, sir.
only
Brother,
when they are
brother.
backed up with evidence.
And you have
When
no
claims are not backed up by facts,
Yes.
they are not backed up by evidence. They cannot be facts.
What do you mean?
They can
Brother,
only be
Brother,
belief statements,
you Christian?
and in this case,
Ask
they
me.
would be
You-
blind belief
Just
statements.
brother.
Now, I asked the gentleman earlier,
Okay,
and I'll
wait,
give him
wait,
another
wait,
chance.
Just one.
Do you have any evidence
Okay.
to back up your belief statement
Yeah.
that there were many people
Yes.
who had, I'm speaking to him, sir.
He's going to give the
That-
same
that-
answer. Yes.
Giving answer, but
Do you have,
no.
please present to me, please present to me the evidence, please present to me,
I don't let him talk now. Okay. Yes. complete.
please present to me the evidence that you use, that you use, that you use.
One second.
Well, you can beat people up to do that today. That my concern isn't, excuse me, sir.
This man,
Okay,
this man,
evidence,
he's
sir. Have you got
memorizing
any
the
evidence?
Quran.
Yes,
The
I do.
man-
What is the evidence?
The man that
Please.
he's memorizing the Quran from.
What evidence
we
have you
have
got?
his name. The man that man memorized his Quran
You,
from.
sir.
That's
What
his
evidence?
name. And it goes
Ignore
all
him,
the way
ignore
back
him.
to the
Ignore him.
Thank you, my brother.
No, you
I'm
see,
giving
that's
you
all he has to say.
evidence.
Evidence, yes.
Give me. You are
That's
giving
No,
the
this
evidence
is fine.
to talk.
This is
The
fine.
evidence.
Okay.
It's
Evidence.
called
I'm giving.
Isnad.
He
It's
thinks
called
you are
Isnad.
ashamed. Please stay here.
It's called-
Thank you.
he doesn't
What's
think-
the
One
evidence?
second,
I'm giving
he
answer.
doesn't
He is
think
speaking. He is
I'm
speaking.
giving
What's
answer.
the evidence?
Stop
I'm
lying.
giving answer.
Stop
What's
twisting
the
words.
evidence?
This guy is a liar.
Thank you. Please move on.
guy-
I'm asking you. You are a Christian. What's the evidence?
Right here.
No, he didn't give my answer.
Let the gentleman speak.
Okay.
Please.
You don't need to talk now. Let
Good.
me complete.
Evidence, yeah.
Yeah, be
Evidence. You are going hundreds years back asking me give evidence that time. I'm giving you evidence. 145 Muslim children who remember the Quran. Let me finish now.
Go on.
Yes. Bring here different country. Quran is from the different country.
Well, I'm asking you, are there
You
horses?
didn't let me finish. I'm going to give you
Well, you've
answer.
said the same
You
thing
talked
earlier.
20 minutes.
Okay,
Just
go on.
Talk,
I'll
talk,
give
talk,
it.
talk.
Yeah, please.
Don't listen.
I'd like to see if this
Yes.
is. Yeah, please.
154 children will read the same Quran.
This is your problem, you know
One
less.
second. No one word will be different than each other. If you bring your children, everyone will talk differently because they have a New Testaments. Every year, new person write a book, your book, where he get the information,
from God.
and they talk. They changed everything. Our book, from Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam to until now 2023, every single word, every country, every place is the same.
It's not moving closer to the question I asked. I'm asking a simple question. What do you think?
So you're
Do you think he was talking about any evidence?
Yes, this is the evidence.
What do you think?
Here's the answer from a different perspective.
I asked a simple question, my dear friends. The simple question is,
You don't listen.
the simple question is, I do know that there are millions of Muslims across the planet,
Are you Christian?
and most of them have belief statements.
You're not Christian.
One of the belief
Are you
statements
Christian?
is that during
Are
the
you Christian?
time of
Why change
Muhammad,
the-
people had memorized the Quran. That is a belief statement. I understand.
You Christian?
I want to know
Answer
if the
me.
belief
Answer.
statement
No.
can be backed up by evidence. I'm asking the guy for evidence. Evidence for the
Are you
claim that the Quran
No.
was memorized by many people
Yeah.
during the time of Muhammad.
Yeah.
I gave him 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I gave him 2 chances,
Yeah, no,
3
no.
chances.
You don't
We are
listen. You
not
don't listen.
yet
No.
talking
No,
about
Are you
evidence. All that I am hearing
Are you Christian?
is that
Are you Christian?
among the Muslim population there has been child abuse, where children are being brainwashed to follow things which are not backed by evidence.
Are you Christian?
This is what we call brainwashing. And when you brainwash little children, it is not alone brainwashing, it is also child abuse. Muslims are abusing their children.
You answer the question.
Okay, let the ladies speak.
Question.
Excuse me, sir, let the ladies
My
speak.
question. No,
Please come here.
No, you give my
You're
question.
being desperate right now, sir.
Listen. Are you Christian?
I gave you
Are you
enough chance,
Christian?
sir. I've answered your question already, sir.
You
Evidence.
Are you
Prove
circumcised?
to me, my dear
Are you
Muslim friends.
circumcised?
Prove to me that Islam is a religion based on evidence.
Don't understand
If
the
you
point.
cannot provide evidence, I will only be more and more convinced that Islam is a classical example of worldwide brainwashing. That's exactly what it is. So, further,
Are you circumcised? Are you circumcised?
did you see his concern?
Are you circumcised?
I am asking about serious issues in life. He is concerned about silly little things. Did you see that? He is focused on whether he is going to pee right now or not. That is what he is focused on. I am talking about serious things, sir. If you are thinking about nasty things, please move away. Thank you. Let us come back to the many Muslims who are here right now.
You lie, you're not
For the
Christian.
many Muslims, please change my mind. Please change my mind. Habibi, please listen to the gentleman. Habibi, this man doesn't like Islam. Yes, go on, sir. What else have you got? While I'm asking for evidence, instead of coming here and doing your canvassing and taking people away, you could do something else which is much simpler, which is to give me the evidence and I will stop. Give me the evidence, and that is the best way to stop me. Let me ask the question again to all the Muslims. Good man, please come here. I know for a fact that many Muslims across the planet today. No, let me finish. I know for a fact that many Muslims across the planet today have various belief statements. One of which is the claim that many Muslims during the time of Muhammad had memorized the Quran. I'd like to know what is the evidence to back that claim up by. Have you got any? Well, I am asking you a question. What evidence do you believe in the claim? Hey, what's going on? This is the comedy act. Except this is the gentleman who was ranked last in the comedy club screening attempt. He couldn't. Now coming to you, sir.
I asked the question. Your evidence.
Okay. Now let me ask, do you believe that there were many people during the time of Muhammad who had memorized the Quran by heart? Good, that's my evidence. You believe, and if I could ask, how many Muslims here believe that many Muslims during the time of Muhammad had memorized the Quran?
What is the point of your statement? What is the point?
I'd like to find out if this is a fictional belief, fantasy idea,
All right, you know what?
as per brainwashing, or if this is a
Next
fact.
point.
Wait,
Next point.
a claim becomes a fact only when backed up by evidence.
Continue.
What is your evidence to suggest many had memorized the Quran during the time of Muhammad? I only heard a because. You went quiet after that.
Brother.
Yes, please. Please come here. Give me the evidence.
All right, let's just say that's true. So what?
So, did you see what just happened? Can you know? Whoa. What's your name, sir? Your name is Muhammad.
Correct.
Well, unfortunately, not plenty of creativity there, is there?
Wow.
You know, the only creativity I've seen among Muslims when they name their children Muhammad is in the spelling.
What is wrong with that?
What's that?
What is wrong with that?
Well, the very, you know what is wrong with that? I'd like to think that people name their children to be able to identify them, to be able to give them a name.
That's what you like to think.
But if all of you name your sons Muhammad,
Do not speak.
it doesn't serve any purpose, does it? Now, okay, sir, that's good, sir. Please contribute now to the discussion which is happening at the moment.
There's no discussion.
Do you believe in Islam, sir?
Of course I believe in Islam.
Of course he believes in Islam. That's good. Well done. Good start. Now, one of the belief statements in Islam is that many people had memorized the Quran during the time of Muhammad.
Okay,
Do you believe that many people had memorized the Quran during the time of Muhammad?
sure.
Sure. Do you know what sure means? Okay. Do you know what evidence have you got to back up that sure?
I think I should call Muhammad Hijab, you know him?
You can call anyone you want in the planet, sir. Please bring evidence.
You have two different
So,
names now.
no, please
Muslim
call.
and Muslim.
Please call Muhammad Hijab. Please call any other hijab. Anyone on the planet and try to see if any Tom, Dick or Harry has the answer to the question I am asking. If none of them has the answer, you better leave Islam before it's too late. Because I am a Christian
Okay.
and following Jesus Christ is based on evidence, historical evidence, very strong historical evidence, as opposed to Islam, which is just a fantasy. The evidence for Jesus Christ. Excuse me, sir. You haven't made much progress, sir. This gentleman is better than you. Please stay quiet.
No, I'm not better.
Please stay quiet. Listen to him.
Because he's listening to your rubbish. He didn't give answer.
Have you got any evidence now?
I
You're
gave
back.
you.
What's the
I gave
evidence?
You have limited mind. You have memory.
Did he give any evidence?
You don't have more memory.
He just
space.
repeated his
That's
claims,
why you are
didn't he?
not listening. I give
No,
you
but
answer.
young man, you need to be
20
honest now.
times.
He just
I gave
repeated
you 20
his
times
claims.
answer.
Not. Yeah, no problem. But to you, to
I
yourself,
gave
you need
answer
to be
20
honest.
times. You have
He
limited memory. You have
is
memory.
there any
You are
Muslim?
rubbish. That's why you are keep repeating the one thing. Answer.
You know what, my dear Muslim friends?
Answer. With
My
the
dear
you
Muslim
don't have
friends,
that ability and capacity.
may I please make a suggestion to you.
Yes.
You know you pray 5 times a day. You know you pray 5 times a day. May I please suggest to you, instead of praying 5 times, even if you spend 10 minutes every day trying to learn historical facts, you might be more intelligent at the park.
Yes. If you
And be able to answer simple questions
book.
about your religion that I ask.
You will be good
Unfortunately-
Muslim because
unfortunately-
the New Testament,
Excuse me, sir.
which is written
You
by
are singing
someone
a
the
song
best
right
man,
now.
you are reading
Unfortunately,
that without any proof.
because you don't learn.
You don't have any proof. Where is the original book?
Let me ask the gentleman again
Ask.
the question.
Ask.
Muslims, you need to be clear and
Everyone, not only
you need to
Muslims.
ask your brother to stay quiet if he doesn't know much, okay? Please help me out. You are a Muslim? You're not. But all Muslims here, please help me out.
Allahu Akbar.
Well, mindlessly shouting, he must be a Muslim.
Allahu Akbar.
The best Muslim the park has seen.
Karab. Karab.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
What else?
Allahu Akbar!
What else?
That is great.
Anything else?
Speak.
Anything else?
Yes, Allahu Akbar does it for
Anything
you.
else?
It is does it for everyone.
Did you see what Islam has produced? Islam.
Understand?
Well, you know what? This is very important, my dear friends. Before the Western world,
Food give egg sleep.
excuse me, sir, please. Before the Western world advanced in science and came up with the idea of tape recorders and other methods of recording stuff,
Like you have in your mind.
Islam mobilized millions of human beings to shout out, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ask for one more statement on top of that to make it speaker's corner. You have nothing. My dear friend,
You have nothing as well. You don't want to listen.
oh, I have nothing. Okay.
Listen to him if you
Here
can.
and there. I told you.
Listen
he
to
have
him if you
everything
can.
right.
Hey.
Like
So-
listen. He don't listen.
He
Point
don't-
he
All
don't
right.
understand.
He just
All
wants to
right.
speak rubbish right now.
So far, I challenged you.
You don't listen.
So far, I challenged you in asking if you have evidence.
Pretending a clown become part of the circus.
Yes.
Doing talking to us.
So asking questions is becoming part of a circus to a Muslim bloke. You know why? Because intelligence in Islamic world is only found in circuses. That's what happens. He calls asking questions and trying to find out an answer as a circus. Do you agree with him, sir? Is asking a question a good thing?
Yes.
Good. He thinks that's a circus. Why would that be?
I think you interpreted him wrong.
Well, he seems to come here and suggest that this is a circus. When oh, you don't want to talk, that's fine. You can move on. Islam makes people hate others.
No.
Why did he call me a demon now?
Yeah, it's between you two personally. It's
No.
Islam.
Why did he call me a
It's nothing
demon?
to do with Islam.
Any particular reason why he called me a demon?
I don't know. You can go ask him.
I don't. No. Stay quiet, please.
Fuck you. Let
Wait.
me talk to
All
you.
right. Okay. If you can't speak a few words without
me
swearing,
talk to you,
stay
you
away.
bastard.
Thank you. So, did you find what happened? Good. So let me talk about the next phase in that topic, please. I have evidence to suggest. I have evidence even from the Islamic sources to suggest that there weren't people who had memorized all of the Quran
Can I ask you
during the
something?
time. One second.
Why do you only challenge Islam? Why is it only Islam?
Well,
what
take-
about everyone else? Why is it just
Very
Islam?
good question.
Yeah.
Very good question. Please take a look at people around here.
Yeah.
Please take a look.
I'm looking, yeah.
Yeah, I am a Christian.
Yeah.
Apart from Christians, what other people group? That's good. That's good. Apart from Christians, looking around, who do you think? What religion do you think is represented most here? What do you
What,
think?
in this park?
In the park right now, speaker's corner.
Yeah, I can see Muslims and Christians.
Good. Yeah. Apart from Christians.
Yeah, Muslims. Yeah.
Good. And that's why my focus is on Islam at the park.
Good answer.
Okay.
I like the answer.
Good. So, unfortunately, Islam doesn't allow these kinds of debates in Saudi Arabia, do
Nothing
they?
to do with Islam.
No. Let me.
It's nothing to do with
No,
Islam.
don't answer
It's
before
about
I
the
finish
people
my
you're dealing
question.
with.
Don't
About the
answer.
people you're dealing with.
Don't answer before I finish a question. Unfortunately, you cannot have these debates in Mecca, can you?
Why would you have a debate in Mecca? Why
Well-
where everyone who goes to Mecca believes in Islam, so what is there to debate?
No. Wait. Everyone who goes to Mecca believes in Islam, or is it only who believe in Islam are allowed to go to Mecca? Which way is it?
You know the rules.
Which way is it?
You know the rules.
But which way is it? Which way is it?
Ask the question again.
You seem to think that everyone who goes there are only Muslims. I'm asking you, is that a better representation of reality, or is it the case that only Muslims are allowed to go in to Mecca?
Only Muslims are allowed to go to Mecca.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
In other
Oh,
words,
yeah, only Muslims.
in other words, that is an indication of preventing any other conversation already. Exclusion of conversation
You want to have
already.
a debate in Mecca?
Well, why not? If we can speak about Islam, or if we can speak about Christianity in the UK, why can't you speak about Islam in Mecca? Why not?
Because that's what we pray.
Why not? I'm asking you. In the UK, we allow everyone to challenge everything. Historically, even when in the UK there were majority Christians, you can still challenge Christianity, could you? But Islam doesn't allow that challenge. Why is that the
You're
case?
challenging us right now.
In the UK,
So what's your problem?
Mecca doesn't allow that. Why is that?
Forget about Mecca. Like,
Well, I don't want to forget about Mecca.
Anywhere
When you
else
pray,
can.
did you pray today?
Yes.
Which way do you face to pray?
I pray, I talk to God every day.
No.
Direct.
Which
I
way?
pray to- I pray
Please
to God.
answer my question. Don't
Mecca.
beat around towards Mecca.
Yeah.
So when there are millions of people around me who face towards Mecca, don't tell me forget about Mecca. I am very much interested about Mecca because there are people like
When
you.
it comes to debating, when it comes to challenging Islam, forget about doing it in Mecca
Excuse me, sir. Why not?
because that's a place of worship.
So, okay, let me put it this way. In Islam, so there are a number of, no, wait. There are a number of Islamic, wait. There are a number of Islamic countries in the world. So you asked me to forget about Mecca. Okay, that's fine. Let me forget about Mecca.
If you want to
Is
challenge
there, is there any other Islamic nation where you can stand openly and challenge Islam and survive? Anywhere? London. He seems to think London is Islamic. Can you believe what is going on here? Islam simply, my dear friend, does not allow people to think. This is the reality. Islam does not want people to think. Please don't move away. My dear friend, please don't move away. Islam does not allow people to think.
Any color.
It's a fact. What are you talking about, sir? I'm talking about religion. Why are you talking about colors? Are you a racist, sir?
No, you are racist.
You seem to be a racist. Did I use the term color?
So Islam.
Excuse me, sir. No.
Everyone.
Did I talk about color right
Don't
now?
say you're calling about Mecca. Mecca is the beginning of the Islam.
Mecca is the beginning of Islam?
Oh, yes, you can talk.
Did Islam begin in Mecca? Was Adam in Mecca? Was Adam in Mecca? You're confused, aren't you? Have all sorts of confused ideas.
You can talk.
On the one hand, you say Mecca is the beginning of Islam, and on the other hand, you say Adam was a Muslim, and on the other hand, you say Jesus was a Muslim.
Yeah,
The
every prophet is
most
Muslim.
confused people group who haven't been sectioned so far in the world are Muslims, walking around with confusion. Plenty of confusion on an everyday basis.
No confusion in Islam.
This is why.
Doesn't Christianity teach you to respect other religions?
Well, wait. Doesn't the gentleman asks a good question? Does or does not Christianity teach me to respect other religions? The answer is simple. My Lord and God Jesus Christ has taught me to respect, and not alone respect, to even love people, not ideologies. Excuse me, sir, please stay quiet. You need to listen now. Ideologies we scrutinize, we challenge, because someone may have all sorts of weird ideas and walk around. They may say, I am the president of the United States, and walk around in the park today. And if he is not the real president, what do we say? We say he has lost his. Wouldn't we say that?
We say he's angry.
Excuse me, sir, please come here if you want to face the challenge.
you talking about that?
An Englishman who has converted,
You don't know
no answer.
about Islam. You don't know.
Please come here, sir.
Okay.
How many people memorize the Quran during the time of Muhammad? How many?
Ask him.
Do you know?
Ask him.
No,
He
but
knows
do you
more.
know?
He knows more about me.
He knows more than you.
We're the same. We're both Muslims. We're the same.
But do you know or not?
He knows.
Do you know or not?
Do you know? Now millions. My son, half of the Quran.
You are in child abuse, sir. Excuse me, sir. We need to report you to the police. You are abusing your children,
Child abuse.
forcing your children to follow things about which you haven't got evidence is child abuse, sir.
Not child abuse. It's
Excuse me, sir. It is not just that you are brainwashed. You also force your children to be brainwashed.
When somebody memorizes.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Billion of Muslims memorizing Quran.
Well, now, please come here. Let me repeat what I'm saying right now so you get it clearly, sir. Do you have evidence to back up the belief statements of Islam?
Which statement?
Okay, do you believe in the fact, in the claim that several people memorized the Quran during the time of Muhammad? Do you believe in that?
Yes.
Do you have evidence for that?
I don't have, but why is it relevant?
Good.
No. Why is it relevant? When now,
I'm answering. I'm answering.
millions.
I'm answering.
My son, half of
Excuse me.
Are you
I'm answering.
Are you Christian?
I'm answering. I'm answering. Excuse me, sir, please. Let your brother hear, please. Don't disturb your brother.
The Bible is the heart.
No.
But Muslim, not only one
Excuse me, sir. Listen to your brother, please. Okay.
Different countries.
We are having an intelligent conversation, please.
Quran in the bin.
To you,
Within
sir.
one. No, let me ask you. No. I am
Please
asking
come here,
question.
sir. Please come here.
Yeah.
Okay, from here.
There is
The
million.
the point simply is, the point simply is, when you believe in something and cannot provide evidence, yet, well, let me
It's not relevant.
finish. Excuse me, sir. Please wait for me.
Talk of now.
Please
millions.
wait
My
for
friend,
me to
millions.
finish. Please wait.
You're talking about
When you believe in things, yet cannot provide evidence to back up the belief,
I don't
your-
have the evidence. But they are
excuse me,
evidence.
sir, let me finish.
I
Your
don't know
belief
much
statements,
about it, but they are evidence.
the fact that you believe in them firmly,
We talk to people like Mansour, they know it.
can I please speak?
You are speaking.
Would you please listen?
I'm listening.
You're not listening, you're rambling on.
You two are waffling.
Okay, listen to me and then respond.
I have responded to you. Why are you
Okay,
asking me?
that's
Ben,
fine,
how
no,
many
go on.
Muslims?
All right,
Relevant
so
people. Talk of
this
now.
is the challenge
Ask
we
me
have.
Now. I will prove it
Now
to you.
what?
How many Muslims memorize the Quran now?
Okay, let me ask about now.
Yeah.
But answer, please, okay? If you show me at 5 billion people who had memorized the Quran, how is that evidence that anyone memorized the Quran during the time of Muhammad?
What's benefit? What's benefit?
I'm talking about that you bring in today. So I'm assuming there's some
Are you
relationship
murmuring
somewhere.
Bible? Are you murmuring Bible?
No.
Any Christian murmuring in the.
Do I look like a parrot?
No.
Do I look like a
No,
parrot?
listen. I challenge you.
Do I look like a
I
parrot,
challenge
sir?
you.
Excuse
I
me, sir.
challenge you.
Excuse me, sir.
Let me
You
challenge
challenge. Go challenge
I
someone else,
challenge
sir.
you.
I am a human being.
You are a human
An
being.
intelligent human being.
Okay.
I have been asked.
Ask you.
Excuse me,
Ask
sir.
question. Ask question.
I've been asked. Wait,
Ask
please.
question.
You
Any
need to wait and
Christian
listen.
murmuring the Bible?
I've been asked to read, understand.
Million Muslim murmuring Quran.
Is that good news or bad news?
Good news, of course.
How?
Let me. How I tell you.
Millions of Muslims. Please come here.
Yeah. Okay.
Millions of Muslims are memorizing the Quran.
Listen
How
to
is
my
that
question.
good news?
Okay, how good news? I will tell you. In the word, the Quran, if you put it on the ocean, okay, all the Bible, if you put it in the ocean, you can't write it again. Listen my question. No, wait.
All right.
No.
If you put all the rubbish, Quran rubbish in the ocean, he'll have million more who have memorized the rubbish.
Okay.
How does that help? How is that a good
Don't say
news?
rubbish. Respect. Wait.
Well, if you memorize something with no evidence to back up, what is that called? If you memorize something which cannot be backed up by evidence, what is that? Worse than rubbish. It is not even worth the paper it is written on. Is the fact reality, my dear friends.
Lots of millions of Muslims now that memorize the Quran.
How does that matter?
No, I'm asking.
It
do you
only is
believe
evidence.
Or do you know?
It only is evidence for child abuse, like I told you before.
For knowledge.
I know,
Children, lots
I
of
know.
Adults, men.
I'm
that
answering right
memorize
now.
the Quran.
I'm answering right now. I know if you go to any portion of London today, where there are plenty of Muslims, if you go around evening time after school, later on, maybe couple of hours later, if you go, the sad reality is children about this young man's age and even younger walk around in their fancy dress because they memorize today's portion of the Quran. To me, that is child abuse.
Why is it child?
Because brainwashing a child is not a good thing. Giving reason to a child is a good thing, not brainwashing. Christians, excuse me sir, Christians teach their children about why we believe in Jesus Christ, about why Jesus Christ is good and so on. We don't brainwash children. You sir should learn to listen. This is the problem we are dealing with.
You build work in India.
You shouldn't touch me. I know you shouldn't touch me.
For the white man in India.
Me coming from India has no relevance to what we are talking about right now. You are clearly confused. We're not talking about that. I'm not asking you where you came from and so on.
For the white man.
Irrelevant. Okay, but do you see, my dear friend? So let's move on right now. Okay. Now we have seen already for about an hour right now that Muslims do not have evidence to back up a simple claim that they have. No evidence, no positive evidence to substantiate that people memorize the Quran during the time of Muhammad. No, it's not just the fact that there is no positive evidence. Please come to me, sir. It's not just the fact that there is no positive evidence. I can show to you Islamic sources that give us the information that there was not even one person.
Let me see it.
Yeah, exactly. There was not even one person who had memorized all of the Quran.
Okay,
it is a fantasy idea.
Okay.
Let's read. You need to come and help me, please. Read. I'm losing my voice.
No, don't give him chance. He's talking rubbish. Yeah, even if you give him, yeah, that's why the brother told me.
So he's going to read it, not me.
He's preaching.
Sahih al-Bukhari 4986. This gives you, when you read, do you read Arabic or do you read English?
I read both.
You read both, okay. So you can read Arabic if you want, or for the sake of the audience here, you may choose to read only English.
No, I can't read. You read.
Okay, fine.
It's your research. It's your.
Okay, I'm going to read to you right now. Brother, waste of time, move away because questions are not good. He's a young man. If he thinks his brain may burn, you know.
He's better than you.
Excuse me, sir. If you use your brain, what will happen to your brain?
He's better than you.
What will happen?
Bible will lead you to the Quran. He's better than you. He knows the purpose.
Are you a bit confused or more confused? What's happening here?
Rahul, can you read?
I'm asking questions. You can't answer. You seem to be a young man. You should be ashamed, my dear friend. If you cannot answer questions whilst you are young as you are, you should be ashamed. Because you are the kind of people who could go around do any sort of thing later on in your life. Really bad. Now, I'm going to read to you. Hello, my friend. How are you doing? I'm going to read to you Sahih al-Bukhari 4987.
What does it say?
4986. It gives details about how Abu Bakr, supposedly the first caliph, put together the Quran. I'm going to read the details. And what you would find is, when you read through the details, you would find there was not even one person who knew all of the Quran during his time. Not even one.
I don't believe that.
Sahih al-Bukhari 4986. This is from your own sources. Narrated Zayd ibn Thabit. Abu Bakr as-Siddiq sent for me when the people of Yamama had been killed and found Umar ibn al-Khattab sitting with him. Abu Bakr then said to me, Umar has come to me and said, casualties were heavy among the Qur'an of the Quran on the day of the battle of Yamama. Plenty of casualties. And I'm afraid that more heavy casualties may take place among the Qur'an on the battlefields, on other battlefields, whereby a large part of the Quran may be lost.
So he's afraid that the Quran may be lost. And so he gives a project to Zayd ibn Thabit that he shall put together the Quran. So I'm going to skip a few statements there and I'm going to go to the end as to how Zayd ibn Thabit collected the Quran. Note carefully, if Zayd ibn Thabit was able to go to one source
You don't
to
have
get all.
information about your own book. You are asking
Are you
question
confused, sir?
about Quran.
Are you confused, sir?
No, you are confused.
Don't stand in front of the sun
I gave
for too
you many
long.
answers. You have limited mind like chicken.
I'm reading.
So that's why you give egg, eat some food and finish. So the point, answer you
All
don't
right.
understand. You keep talking rubbish one thing.
You seem like
You
an
are asking
intelligent man,
question from
but
the
now I
Quran.
understand
Even your
it's
own
only a
book, you
thin
don't have
veneer
any
at the top.
information.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
I thought you were an intelligent person.
I
but
am.
I am now.
I am.
But
I give you
I am
all
now
answers.
convinced that was only a thin veneer at the top.
Turn around somewhere.
Not much inside. Let me read to you how Zayd ibn Thabit put together the Quran. Abu Bakr kept on urging me to accept this idea until Allah opened my heart, opened my chest for what He had opened and Ummah. So I started looking for the Quran and collecting it from palm stalks, thin white stone, and also from the men who knew it by heart. If you ask the question, wait. If you ask the question, if they had known everything, you will find the answer. It's coming. The men who knew it by heart, till I found the last verse of Surah At-Tawbah with Abi Khuzaimah al-Ansari. And I did not find it with anybody other than him. That verse is, and he goes on. The point simply is, he gives an example of at least one verse which was only with one guy, not anyone else. If you note the context carefully, to understand or to get all of the Quran, where did Zayd ibn Thabit had to go to? Please listen. Listening is very harmful for you, sir. Your beard may not grow much if you listen. You should go away, please. I'm saying listening is going to do harm to you. So, point simply is, Zayd ibn Thabit knew exactly where to go to collect all of the Quran, which is not to human beings who had memorized all of it. No. 4986.
I'm not a specialist on
The problem is you are not listening right now.
to be able to give you a good
Excuse me, sir. Specialist, we are talking about English. The English has information which you can read. You don't have to be a specialist to understand English. So, my dear friends, if you ask the question, how many had memorized the Quran during the time of Muhammad? The answer is all of the Quran memorized by none, according to your own later fantasy stories. Your later fantasy stories agree that Zayd bin Thabit could not go to any one source. The shame doesn't stop there. The shame is, we are told that Zayd bin Thabit was himself a scribe of the Quran. In other words, he needn't have gone to anyone. He should have known all of the Quran himself. If anyone had memorized the Quran, clearly he couldn't do it, and he couldn't go to any other one person to collect the Quran. He had to search through stones and this and that and everything else. And so, no wonder you ended up having so much rubbish in the Quran and not revelation from God. 498, Sahil book.
Yeah, I just want to read it in Arabic.
Yeah, sure.
I can speak Arabic. موسى بن إسماعيل بن إبراهيم بن إسحاق Sorry, I'm taking
That's
the
fine. No, don't worry. Take your time. Thinking is good. You can take all the time. Think. Read and think.
Yes, this is true. So I found the last one from Surah Tawbah. Khuzayma al-Ansari the verse is verily there has been unto you. Okay, thank you, my friend.
Good.
I only wanted to read this, I'll just double check.
Yeah, sure. No worries. So the simple fact there is what we find. It's not just here. You can go to Uthman's collection. There are plenty of other.
I'm very sorry for like what the communities are. They're always. I realize like the question you ask is not wrong. I don't think it's wrong. It's when they don't understand how to respond, they end up being rowdy, because they think being rowdy will be the answer.
Yes.
You know.
That is one problem. You know what the other problem is? Speaker's corner. You have other people. Hey, you have other people. Hey, how are you doing? Okay. Good to see you after a long time. You have other people. Whoever Hashim or whoever else, that you can easily take this to. Or you can take this to your sheikhs and imams or whoever else. The point simply would be this: even after taking this everywhere, you won't have an answer.
Yeah, of course.
That is the greatest of problem we have. We have people who follow a religion, without answers to questions.
Of course, there should be evidence first. Yes,
Exactly. Without evidence, when you follow, you will end up only producing brainwashed people, and with brainwashed people, they'll only be offended and therefore be angry and upset, not be intelligent in conversations.
Well, hopefully you find someone who can actually debate your thoughts as well as you've debated as you've protected your own thoughts. And I only hope for you the best.
Absolutely. But you yourself, you should also bear this in mind, the point I've raised. Think about this carefully. And are you from London, or are you really be here again?
I'm from outside, but I come here once every 2 months, 3 months.
Okay. The next time you come, hopefully you would have had enough time to research this a little bit more.
Of course, yeah, like it's something I also want to research.
Absolutely. So please research, but also please be prepared to lead where evidence takes you.
Of course, yeah. So it's why I like listening, not talking, because like something I don't know, I'm gonna be quiet and listen to people who know about it.
That's very good.
So I don't want to be like ignorant. This is that.
Sure.
Listen first and then.
That's very good. Now let me give you just one last thing, which is, of course, I am a Christian.
Of course. Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. But it'll be wrong if I'm brainwashed also.
Of course.
But the frank reality is, in Jesus Christ, we have a firm history. Jesus Christ as a person, and the message he preached as him being divine and so on, are firmly attestable to the historical context of the first century.
Yeah.
I can provide you, of course, the Christian resources. I can also provide you non-Christian resources for us to firmly be convinced that that was a historical reality. Jesus claimed to be God, whether we like it or not. Muslims, I know, are trained to reject that today. But Jesus claimed to be God. Now, either he was lying, or he was God. If you, from your perspective, if you're a Muslim, you won't think that he's a deluded man. He's clearly a prophet. So either he was lying, or of course you would also say that he was telling the truth. So the thing is, you need to take that seriously.
Of course, yeah.
Following Jesus is with evidence.
Yeah, of course.
So please take it up. Hopefully next time you come. Or please, would you like to take my email address?
Sure. I don't have anything.
No, I can give you the card. That's the email address. Please email me.
Very interesting.
Yeah. When you're there, wherever you are from, when you're there researching, please email me. If you find anything,
No problem.
yeah, great to see you.
Likewise, man.
God's blessings.
Is this your wife?
No, my wife is somewhere else.
I saw you have a child.
Little one, yeah.
Mashallah, that's very good.
This is a sister.
Yeah. How are you?
Yeah.
That's very good for you.
Yeah. What's your name?
Yusuf.
Yusuf.
What's your name?
Arul. A-R-U-L. Arul.
Arul, okay.
Arul.
Nice to meet you.
Great to catch
Take
you.
care.
See you later. Bye-bye, Yusuf.